Welcome back to Math Maintenance. Today we are going to practice a couple more story problems with addition and then start looking at how subtraction works. So let's start on the addition side. These are very similar to what we did yesterday. Hopefully when you did your first page of addition story problems in your packet, they went okay. If so, great, you have another page to practice with today. If they were a little tricky, hopefully we can work together through these two and then they'll feel a little bit better when you do them in your packet. So our first story problem says this: Maggie caught 2 frogs. Bob caught 1 frog. How many frogs did they catch together? Now remember, I like to first look at what my question is. How many frogs did they catch together? And then I like to go back and look for numbers that might help me. So Maggie caught 2 frogs. Okay, if I'm looking for how many they caught, I need how many Maggie caught. Bob caught 1 frog. So my problem becomes 2 plus 1 equals 3, and my units is how many frogs. So frogs is my unit. The next one says James roasted 4 marshmallows. Betty roasted 2 marshmallows. How many marshmallows were roasted? So I'm looking for marshmallows roasted. So I go back through. James roasted 4 marshmallows. Betty roasted 2 marshmallows. So if I do 4 plus 2, that equals 6. And my units is marshmallows, or roasted marshmallows. To practice your addition story problems today, there's another page in your packet that looks like this, where there's 6 story problems where you can write the number sentence just like I just did on the board, and then fill in what the answer is. I recommend that you do kind of like I did and make sure you know what question they're asking, what information you need, and then you can fill it all in. Let's move on to subtraction. When we're talking about subtraction, we're talking about taking away from something. And so we're talking about looking at how many we have all together and then how many we're taking away from. In today's subtraction practice, you're given visuals or pictures that are representing subtraction problems. You'll first want to add up how many items there are all together, and then you'll take away or subtract the number of items that are crossed off. The answer to your subtraction problem will be the number of items that are left unxed. So let's try this first one together. I have circles up here, and if I count them, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. I took away or subtracted 1, 2, 3 circles, which leaves me with an answer of 2 circles. In my next one, I have squares or rectangles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all together. I take away 1, 2, 3, 4, and that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 that are not crossed off. Last one, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 ovals. I take away 1, 2, 3 ovals. That leaves me with just 1 oval that isn't crossed off. In your packet, you have a page to practice, just like what we did on the board. It'll show you a total number of shapes. It'll cross a couple of them off, and then ask you to write the subtraction problem to go with it. On the bottom too, if nothing is crossed off, that means we're subtracting nothing away. So that would be a 0. If everything is crossed off, that means we start with 1 and we subtract the only one we have, which means we have nothing left. Practice your simple subtraction today in an effort to get used to this with pictures, so tomorrow we can move on to things that are a little bit trickier. Your Google Drive practice today is in Google Slides. What you will do is you will see little people with numbers that they are holding, and then you will drag a domino up to that person to match the number. So if they're holding 3 and the domino shows 2 dots on one side and 1 dot on the other side, That's a total of 3, so that domino would go up to that person. Your manipulative practice today is to cut apart those subtraction cards and get those answers filled in on the back. So look at the problem on the front, flip it over to the blank side, and write the correct answer on the back to get ready to use those as flashcards moving forward. Good luck!